bit up. Welcome fans to the Atlanta Soul versus DC Shadow matchup. This is going to be the matchup of the season. I'm here, Maddie Fry, with Jenny Gold. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a co-founder and co-owner of Atlanta Soul, former coach and player. Super excited to be here with Jenny Gold. Can you introduce yourself, Jenny?
Hi, I'm Jenny Gold, and as Maddie Fry said, we both coached last year, and I coached 2 years before that. And this is a very exciting time. Definitely since the last time we matched up against DC was last year during our during a big doubleheader. They were our first of that doubleheader.
All right, and we are going to be on camera shortly here. Wanted to just get started with some announcements. Jenny and I, because we have coached together and are pretty close, we always have a lot to talk about. So we wanted to get started before the game starts to go over a couple things with you. One, just what's the atmosphere like right here, Jenny? Can you describe the weather and the atmosphere?
Honestly, this is kind of a perfect day where it's pretty cloudy, not too windy, and it's not too cold. So when you look it up on the weather app, it's right in that middle spot of being just slightly warm.
I call this perfect ultimate weather. I'm from Seattle, Washington. I love a little cloud cover, pretty low humidity and not very hot, and we are just super psyched to be here. And our fans are out in full force, coming down the line. We have a couple more folks joining us, and we are just excited to get started.
Okay, now it's time to read the rosters and introduce the teams. First up, we have DC Shadow. Let's bring it on down. Number 1, Ashley Gentilette. Number 2, Katina Russell.
All right, we've got rosters being announced. We've got the DC roster being announced. And while they're doing that, Jenny and I, why don't we recap a little of what we talked about the coaches with?
Number 4, Ellen Mueller.
First, we talked with the Soul coaches. Evelina Pierce and Sam Jones are the co-head coaches of Atlanta Soul this year. And we were asking them, tell us about that Raleigh game. That was an exciting win that Atlanta Soul had against Raleigh 2 weeks ago here at home at Agnes Scott Field. What do we hear?
I mean, for the Raleigh game, obviously they were stoked, and it's making them fired up for this DC game.
Super fired up. They know that they're going to have a lot of challenges that they're facing against DC. They've watched a lot of film, and they're pretty psyched for that matchup.
They are liking the matchups that they have, though. We can dive into that a little bit if you'd like.
Yeah, now's the time. Let's do it.
Yeah, so there's definitely some big recruits that Soul has had with Dina, Elizabeth, and of course Marie, who just came from DC. So as the DC coach also mentioned, it's going to be a very fun rivalry for them as well.
Exactly. Soul is not missing any of our key players, but the coaches did want to point out that a couple of the alternates were rostered for this game, so that's exciting as well. We know that Soul plans to use their entire roster this game and has a very deep roster at that. And switching over to DC, we know that they plan to do the same. They have a deep roster, and they emphasize their systems focus. They have systems, all of their players know the systems, buy into the systems, and anyone can go in and out of those systems as needed.
Yep. That is a big part of what their coach really represented. They said this whole league is very much about making sure that that everyone can play every position and that they feel confident putting anybody in. So they have 19 players today, and they're going to use all 19 to the fullest.
Exactly.
Number 5, we have Megan.
We also heard the DC coaches, we asked them, what do you want fans at home watching to know about DC? And they did talk about winning with their depth and really culturally involving every single person on their team. We did want to point out one person on DC that has been on the roster for all 7 years.
All 7 years, yeah. She helped make that roster, is
And
what he said.
that's number 1, Ashley Gentilette. Shout out to you, Ashley, for what we see as just incredibly hard work to help the team get started and being at every single game of DC Shadow since 2020.
That is amazing. I have not heard of any player, and I could be wrong, and please correct me if I am, but I have not heard of a player that has not missed a single game.
A single game. She prioritizes being there for the team, is clearly a leader, and we're excited to see her on the field today.
Right. So, I mean, I'm assuming she's over 40 games straight now. Because
probably
they've
true.
also made the championship weekend. They get 6 games this season, and then plus the championship weekends that they've attended.
That's right.
She's probably over 40 already.
Well, and she also is at least 41 or 42 years old.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
I really can't believe that. When you watch her play, she doesn't look a day over 29.
I would say 19. Are you kidding me?
Very true. I was trying to be not offensive of how young I think she is, but
No,
she is
she's-
still out here skying anybody that gets in her way.
She's got the bounce and the humor of a teenager.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure what I read last is she's got, 5 blocks this season?
That is correct. 5 blocks. Yep. On that note, let's talk a little bit about these two teams going into this game. DC is 3-0. They have wins against Austin, 15-10, Raleigh, 16-12. Nope, Raleigh was 21-17, and then New York, 16-12. So all of their wins have been within 4 or 5. Pretty sizable, but still within 4 or 5. Atlanta's got only 2 games going into this game. They've got a win over Nashville, 22-5, and then a win over Raleigh, so that common opponent there, 16-6. So
16-6.
Atlanta's won both of their games by 10 to 15 points.
So they're the only 2 teams that are left on our side of the region that are undefeated. So this is a really big game for both
This is
teams.
huge. This is the Battle of the South. So the winner of this division will take the number 1 spot in the Southern Division. And likely the winner of this division will be hard for them to get kicked out of their spot of championship weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. We're not trying to jinx anything,
Yep.
but we'll leave it at that. And at this point, we would love to hear from folks in the chat. We know there's a bunch of you watching. Introduce yourselves, say hi, let us know how the stream is. Love to get your feedback so we can adjust things as the game goes on.
Yes, that is a big thing. If you are in the chat and you are watching this live, we would love to know when there are certain things that maybe that the cameras miss, so that we can either verbally say it or see if we can find a replay option.
Perfect. Oh, question in the chat. Do we have a theme this week? Mothers, perhaps. We are going to be appreciating all the moms and non-binary parents who are here in the stands during halftime. And then in the chat, in the live stream, we want to shout you out too. Thank you, moms. Thank you, non-binary parents, for everything that you're doing to make this league happen, to help your children, your friends, your people that you're supporting in this league. Thanks for everything you're doing, and thanks for everything that you do all the time, every day. We love you.
We definitely do. The big thing that I want to point out is that when moms were talking about coming to this game on Saturday, they realized that this was the perfect place with our bouncy house and our face painting and everything else. This is the perfect way for you guys to celebrate Mother's Day, and we want to make sure this is very kid-friendly every day that we have a home game, but especially today. Thank you, moms and non-binary parents.
You are the best. We're doing heart hands. Just imagine me and Jenny sitting here with our heart hands.
Actually, together.
There we go.
There it is.
Maybe we'll take a selfie and put it in the chat. All right, we see, okay, I'm gonna look at the chat actually. Oh, we see Kenny. What's up, Kenny? We see Haley. Hi, Haley. And other folks, Mary. Hi, Mary. Someone else named Boo Jarrett. Don't know you, but welcome. Yeah, keep it coming in the chat. Love to hear you.
Ooh, game's about to begin.
And Atlanta will start off on offense. We see a few folks walking to the line already. We've got Quincy Booth, Martha Wilbur, Mia Greiner, Paige Carver, Ellie Thompson, Charlotte Doran, and Pink headband. Tori Taylor.
Pink headband.
Number 1.
Yes.
Yep. If we can get the camera to pan to the team,
So for our
the Seoul
starting
team that's on the line.
five,
Yeah, thank you.
Tuna, Ellie, Mia,
Oh, that's Marie.
Martha,
Marie Previa.
Oh, it was Marie.
Yes.
Paige.
Awesome. As we're waiting to get this point started, I want a quick shout out to our incredible volunteers who are here making this game happen, especially the Lakeside Valkyries girls team volunteering for the game. We love you. Thank you so much. And we've
All
got a
right.
hand, and the pull is up.
The pull was by Miss Sourbeer. What a pull. The center to Quincy is a very good start.
Got Marie looking to Wilbur. Wilbur looking upfield, turning to the dump, finding Marie back again, swinging across to Mia Greiner, who finds Tuna on that break side. That's a nice D by DC Kopernin, number 77.
Yes.
Korpinen.
Okay, Sourbeer picking up with the disc. Oh, sorry, Drivers pick. Nope, Sourbeer, I was correct the first time. All right, the disc is up to Jessie O, or Jess O. To Gentilette, let's see if she could come down with it.
And that's a great defensive pressure applied by Martha Wilbur of Atlanta Soul.
I love that matchup. That's a great matchup. But that is definitely a gift. I don't think Seoul can assume that they're going to get that drop very often. All right, Quincy Booth with the disc. Oh, tried to lay out grab, but couldn't quite get it pulled in.
And Jess O with another chance for a break for DC here.
The disc is up to Gentilette,
They
and she.
really love finding Gentilette in the end zone.
All right, and that was a score by Ashley Gentilette. As I said, her missing that one, I did not think that was going to happen again. So she made sure that this time they really brought it in. That was a break.
And that's a break to start off the game for DC Shadow. So it looks like a little jitters in that first point. Maybe hoping to see Atlanta Soul throw a few more fakes rather than trying to kind of muscle it into the defenders there, or to the offenders there.
Yeah, I think honestly both looks were good looks. I think it was mis-execution on most of that. Definitely because I like the fact that they swung from one side of the field to the other.
Yep.
That was huge.
Yep.
And then the second turn was down the middle.
Right.
But yes, the jitters are definitely getting to them.
Yeah.
But I have a good feeling that since they did have open players,
Yeah.
they'll settle in soon.
Yeah. All right, and we've got DC Shadow with a hand up, ready to pull. We see Gentilette making her way onto this D line as well. 2 points in a row for her.
All right, Wong throws it up for the pull. Wow, another great pull. Liv Ford catching the pull and centering it to Charlotte.
I love that opening play. Oh, unfortunate turnover right on that undercut from Dina. I do love that opening play. Oftentimes, Atlanta Soul players, the two middle cutters just.
Oh, run
my
through D
gosh.
by Tori.
Tori Taylor with a much needed run through D, keeping her team alive in this point. Charlotte Dorn with a beautiful around break to Dina. She loves to do that.
Oh, Tori Taylor gets it
Finding
again.
Tori Taylor for that under. Back to Dina.
All right. Dina looking for Charlotte with that up line, and
Score.
and a goal for Atlanta Soul, their first goal of the game.
And that was Dina to Charlotte.
Dina to Charlotte. You saw when Charlotte saw an upline opportunity, she definitely took it and took it straight to the house. Sorry, that was a basketball term. Can we include that in Frisbee?
Oh, Jenny, I missed you last week. Our first game, Jenny and I commentated together, and there was a bet how many times Jenny would say the word basketball. I think you only got up to 5.
Which means it was definitely under 8, which was my goal.
Awesome. All right.
Can we talk about that run through D for a
Yeah,
second?
let's.
Oh my goodness. Tori Taylor, run through D on Ashley Gentilette. That was amazing. She just looked like she came out of nowhere.
Tori has impressed me so much this year. Just an incredible all-around versatile player. She's got throws. She's got Ds. She's obviously got legs and speed. And she has some of the most amazing heads-up defense, poach defenses that we've seen all season.
I can't agree more.
Yep.
But let's also talk about this pull from Elizabeth. She just, every time, full field, in different ways. Okay.
And
All right. So Tyler's a big one that they're going to have to figure out how to stop. She does like touching the disc.
I'm liking this force. It looks like slightly forced middle mark.
Well, they are trapping it.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
Oh,
So
Megan.
close. Up.
And
Okay.
putting it up. Let's see if Mascara can catch up here.
Oh.
And that's a dime, just putting it right into the hands of her receiver,
Right. So that
Number-
receiver is Kat
McGuire.
McGuire.
And that was from Smalling. Number 3.
I believe is so. I don't want to say that with full confidence. Anyone in the chat? Did anyone see who threw that one?
Oh, I see Elle in the chat. What's up, Elle?
Okay, perfect. We have a replay. And you are right. It looks like it. Oh, nope. It was one pass before.
Oh,
So, Julie?
Harris. Harris is the second
Julia
highest goal scorer in the league right now.
Yeah. Usually she's the one getting the disc in the end zone, not the one throwing it.
Pretty sneaky. From watching film, we saw Harris tends to just be open in the end zone a lot. It's like,
She just appears.
dang it. How did she do that?
I did like Seoul's defense on that.
Yeah.
Honestly, that disc took an interesting turn.
Yeah. All right, and the disc is up. We've got Seoul on offense.
Mia is then centering to Quincy. Quincy just makes this look easy sometimes.
This whole offense is just gorgeous.
Oh, they're just flowing so well right now.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Atlanta Seoul is very much benefiting from the UGA connection that these players have. Quincy Booth, Martha Wilbur, Marie Previer, and Anna Gustafsson have all played together for years.
And they just trust each other. They know where they're going to be, and they find each other very well, very smoothly.
Let's see this end zone. Loving this patience.
To Martha. Martha's. Ooh, great defense by Jesso.
There is a call.
There is
was
a call.
quite a bit of contact.
I did like the hustle. I did not feel that Mia was very open, but I did see that contact. So it was a very understood call. All right, so
We're trying to hear on the walkie-talkie what Mia is saying. Can't quite hear it, but sounded like she did feel there was some contact that affected her ability to make a play on that disc.
and it looks like it went to the observer, and he agreed with that. So in the PUL, when there is a foul and the players can't work it out within 20 seconds, then the observer does step in and make the call himself. And that is what just occurred. So both players, Mia said there was a foul. The other player, Jesso, said that she didn't feel like she fouled. And in 20 seconds, the observer stepped in and made a ruling.
And that's the PUL's attempt at still maintaining self-officiation.
Oh, what a throw!
Wow.
And another UGA connection.
There you
Marie
have it.
to Martha. Love it.
Maintaining self-officiation while allowing the game to move along quickly. So let's, beautiful
That was
replay.
a wonderful throw.
Inside out.
and inside and getting as low as she did, that was amazing. And just perfectly. A lot of times when I try to throw that, somehow it doesn't end up that way.
Well, me and you don't have those throws, Jenny. That's why we're commentating.
We're working on it. We'll get there, but that was beautiful, very professional throw.
Love it. All right, all tied up at 2s. Seoul is down a break. Let's see if this D-line can get it back. We wanted to go over the game timing rules with fans at home briefly.
Okay. So there are 4 quarters in each game, and the quarters last 12 minutes each, and the last 2 minutes, of every quarter, there's a lot of stoppages in the time clock that don't actually happen throughout the game. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that when we
Sure,
get closer,
when we get there. Yep.
so that we can see the difference.
Yep.
So right now, the only time that we stop the clock for the rest of the quarter is in between points, and when a call takes over 20 seconds, they'll
That's right.
stop it. All right, Tyler Smith with the disc. Oh, it looks like Seoul is throwing out their zone.
And in talking with the DC coaches, they've been expecting this zone. They've been watching film. They knew it was coming, and they feel prepared and ready for it. They are swinging it back and forth, which is what this zone, I believe, is intended to do. Lots and lots of throws. Yes, it might wear out our front cut, but we have a lot of fit. Seoul has a lot of fit players, and that's the goal.
That is the big thing about Seoul, is that Seoul has emphasized fitness this whole time.
Looks
Looks like they're going right down the middle. Tyler going for the end zone, and Charlotte did in fact get a hand on that disc, but they still tracked it very well. Was that number 17 again?
Yes,
All right.
McGuire.
Kat McGuire.
That's her second.
That's her second goal of this game. So out of their
See
3
that
goals,
replay.
Kat McGuire's got 2 of them.
So once they were able to get out of the zone, DC really moved the disc quickly and nicely into the end zone.
So that is a good thing for both teams, actually. Being able to move it out quickly is very good for that offense, but at the same time, a lot of times the offense ends up moving too quickly and it becomes a rush. And so that's also a part of a zone that I try to explain to a lot of teams, that if they get through the zone, you're hustling back because they're trying to rush their throws.
Right.
So there is a big chance that you could get a run through D that way as well.
And Jenny, our favorite basketball coach of all time, says, be quick, but don't
Be in a hurry.
hurry. And that's John Wooden, folks. And we try to emulate that in Frisbee as well.
Yes, there is a big difference about being quick,
But not hurrying. The
but
last
not being in a hurry.
thing about the rules we wanted to emphasize is there's no buzzer beater this year.
Yes.
Every quarter will end with a possession. Once the time runs out, whichever team is in possession will maintain possession until they either turn it over or score.
Which is also included in the 4th quarter this year. Oh, a big huck to Tori. Let's see if she can bring it down.
My money's on Tori.
High pointing that disc. What a great grab. And she throws it to
Morgan Lally.
Morgan Lally, and there's another score. We love it. I love it when we stretch the field that way with our throws, and we do have them here on Seoul.
We certainly do. That's a nice hold and finish for Atlanta Soul, being efficient. I'm sure the coaches are super happy about that. This live broadcast of the Premier Ultimate League is brought to you by Breakmark Ultimate Apparel. Go to breakmark.com to place your next custom team order or check out the PUL and Seoul shops.
All right. Atlanta Soul's about to do this pull with Elizabeth Mascara throwing it. Let's see if we get that break back. All right, Tyler Smith. Oh, a miscue. Tyler Smith to Flores, a turn very close to the goal. Let's see if Sol can figure out how to put it in. What a layout. Another holy guacamole.
I wish fans could see my avocado pencil that I have in my hand right now.
And we really needed that one, too. What a save. All right, Chloe with the disc again.
And I'm really liking this patient offense that I'm seeing now.
Great.
And that's a break.
All right. That would be Caitlin to Anna. Those are two very young players, but have been in the Seoul community for what, 3 years now?
That's right. And we've got 3 different Seoul players throwing assists so far and 3 different Seoul players catching goals. And you'll see that if you look at the PUL stats page. Atlanta Seoul has such versatility. We have a ton of people throwing and scoring goals and a ton of people getting blocks. We don't have a lot of stat leaders in that way because it's so distributed throughout the team. And we are back on serve, 4-3. We've got 5 minutes and 25 seconds left in this quarter.
All right.
The Discraft Ultrastar is the official disc of the Premier Ultimate League. Discraft, the world leader in disc sports.
All right. As Maddie just said, that was a very big point with us getting that break back. And when I say us, I mean Seoul. My apologies. But Seoul getting that break back. Again, this is exactly what we were looking forward to for this game, a back and forth battle throughout.
That's right.
Elizabeth, second point in a row with that pole.
And I'm seeing what looks to be like a zone.
Yep, it looks
coming
like their
down.
zone line.
Yep. Love seeing Allison Murphy on the mark. We've got Emma Jaski and Paige Carver helping her in that front wall. Charlotte Doran, one of our smartest wings. And here we see again DC just kind of moving that disc back and forth.
Yeah, I see that
finding that open person.
DC really didn't switch their line too much with such a short point. They are swinging the disc very well, being very patient.
Oh my goodness. Little contact there as number 8, Kat Ritzman, dove to try to make that play.
I'm sure that didn't feel good. Kat Ritzman is very fast. I don't know. An uplie by Sammy, and she's...
Looks like there's another call here. Paige Carver's down on the field.
Sammy Smallings has tremendous uplines, but it does seem like there was some contact there.
Looks like the players are working it out.
We're retracting.
Foul was retracted, and the disc will stay with Smalling from that upline cut. I do like it when players make calls, think about it, and then retract them. That shows spirit of the game, and it shows they're really trying to play with fairness and be as unbiased as possible.
Yes, I agree with that. It's, again, part of the spirit of the game and why we self-officiate to begin with. Made it nice and easy. Kat Ritzman found that front cone.
Yeah. And that's Smalling to Ritzman for the goal. We're all tied up at 4s. We want to shout out Jolene. Congratulations to them on their new brick and mortar in Kirkwood, opening later this year. They are Atlanta Soul's first women's sports bar, and we are so excited to be partnering with them. All of our watch parties are going to be at Jolene, Sunday, May 17th, Saturday, May 23rd, and Sunday, June 7th at Urban Pie in Kirkwood, so please check that out.
Having a women's sports bar is so cool.
So cool. I cannot wait.
Yeah, when they were even at their old location, I found myself there a little more than most, I would say.
Oh, yes. every time we possibly could be there.
Definitely with WNBA season coming up right now.
Oh my gosh, can't wait.
All right, let's. All right, sour beer with the pull again. Looks like Charlie catching the disc to Charlotte. Oh, what an around to Dina.
Doran's got beautiful around throws.
She really does.
And I've noticed she really likes throwing it to Dina Elamelik as well.
Fair.
And that's a nice run through D from 20.
That's Driver?
That's Driver.
She's a rookie this season for DC Shadow. Who was it that they said that she
Raleigh,
played for?
the
She
club
played for
team.
Raleigh.
Club team in DC. Let's see if Atlanta Soul can get this back. I know they're going to want it.
Looking for an end zone. Not quite there yet. Not in. All right.
And that's an around to Korpinen again.
Yep.
And that's a break.
That is a break.
Well, so far this is the game we came here for.
This is why we were here.
We knew it was going to be a tight game, and we're excited for it.
Right. We really want to point out the fact that these defenders are not letting anything up.
Right.
They are making sure everything is tight windowed and very, very tough to do.
That's right. Exactly.
Nobody's being uncovered. Everyone's working for everything.
It's exciting.
It really is.
Oof. Man, every throw is contested.
Again, this is why we're here.
And there's Korpinen, 77.
Yep.
She had a great game against New York as
Oh,
well. That was fun to
yes.
watch.
That was very fun to watch. The New York game was great all around. I love the competitive edges that both teams got at certain moments.
Me too.
All right.
We haven't had any timeouts yet. It is early in the game, still in the first quarter. But this is a rule we wanted to talk about as well. In the PUL, coaches are allowed to sub out all 7 players on a timeout. And there's a whistle. I'm guessing it's an offsides call. Offsides.
There was an offsides call.
And we're not sure if it's an offensive or defensive infraction. We're waiting for, it looks like it was a defensive offsides, so the offense, Soul will take it at midfield.
All right, so thank you, Maddie. Yes, they get to take it at midfield for the offsides call that occurred. Quincy Booth here with the disc in the middle of the field. We love it when Quincy has the disc in the middle of the field. Because her height, left-handed, her field awareness, it's very hard to stop whatever she puts out there.
That's right.
Speaking of Quincy Booth, Callahan nominee?
Yes, Quincy's been nominated for Callahan by her team, UGA Athena, University of Georgia, and her video is so fire.
Oh, speaking of, here comes a
She's
deep
just
shot.
putting it
Let's see
to
what
Ellie
happens.
Thompson.
It looks like
Oh my goodness gracious!
How many hands do you think got on that disc?
At least 3. But what focus and incredible determination by Ellie to make sure and get those hands on that disc and reel it in. Great job, Ellie.
Fantastic. And again, that was a throw by Quincy Booth. We will be putting her Callahan video in the chat
Yes.
at around halftime. But she's definitely got my vote. I've been playing her for years, and she definitely changes the game for whatever team she's on.
Total game changer. I'm trying to actually find it now to put it in the chat, but if anyone else can find it and put it in the chat, we would be so grateful to you. Thank you. Okay. Make sure to become the newest PUL superfan by subscribing to the Premier Ultimate League YouTube channel. The PUL is committed to providing high-quality streams of all of the PUL games. Thank you to the PUL for your efforts.
Yes.
Incredible catch and incredible throw by Quincy Booth.
All right, the pull is up. Looks like Sammy is going to be catching it to throw it to Tyler Smith. Sammy is very good, but she's very quick, and she's quick to get it out of her hands. So
Gosh.
she's always impressive to watch.
And Jimena Montaña is matching up against her right now, and this is a fun matchup. I'm excited to see.
Yeah, DC's field awareness is very, very good. Oh, it's in the air. Let's see what we can do with it.
Oh my
Oh.
goodness, that is a close call.
It looked like Caitlin could have got a hand on it a little bit.
Almost. And that was good awareness, but just.
50 seconds for offense, Tim. Is that what you're giving
And we noticed that in the New York game as well. DC just loves those overarching curly throws, those outside ins to the break side of the field, and they work really well for them.
That's the thing about DC's handlers that is very impressive. Like, we have fantastic marks on them, but they still find a way to put it where they want to put it.
That's right. All right, so score is 6-5. We've got 1 minute and 22 seconds left in this quarter.
Okay, this will be a good time for us to talk about these rules now.
Yep, let's do it.
Okay, so the difference between these pulls is that the clock is not supposed to start until after the offensive person throws it, and then the clock will begin, which is very different because usually off the pull, the clock will start, but not the last 2 minutes. And then if the disc ever goes out of bounds, the disc does stop in the last 2 minutes. So that is something to be aware of. So there's a lot more stoppages. Any call that stoppage of play also stops the clock.
And just quickly before the poll goes up, the PUL observers do make some active calls. They make active in and out calls, up or down, if the disc is up or down, and when a player is in or out of the end zone, offsides, and delay of game. Those are all calls that the observers are allowed to make live. It's so fun seeing all these fans out here. And all right, and we've got Seoul moving it nicely down the field.
Ooh, nice. Nice low inside by Morgan Lawley. All right, Dina picking it up. Looks like she's looking for the end zone. Does she find it? Not quite yet. Morgan Lawley looking for Dina.
Dina.
The give and go again.
Incredible, we love it.
We love a give and go. All right, so the clock will be stopping with 40 seconds on the clock. All right. So let's go over, because DC has a couple options here. With only 40 seconds on the clock, they could stall out that clock time.
That's
and
right.
have this last possession. Because as we said in the PUL, it's not a buzzer beater. It is possession. So after the clock is over, whoever has possession of the disc gets to finish the point until it's a D or a score. So that being said as well, that if you get a D, even with just 1 second left on that clock, you get a full possession.
That's correct.
So it's very big to make sure that you're tight on this defense if you're the Atlanta Soul. And it's very, very important that unless you see something wide open in the deep space or something like that, that DC probably will try to hold this disc.
That's right. With 40 seconds, I'm imagining they are going to try to hold it and not score quickly.
But who knows? We'll find out.
We will.
All right. Tyler and Sammy to Flores. To Julia. Looking back for Sammy. Such quick movements to get open on someone like he made.
Up that break side of the field. That's rough.
But really big mark on. All right, we got 6 seconds on the clock. Let's see what happens here.
2, 1.
They're very smart. So this. All right. So they did score, and the Atlanta Soul does not get another chance this quarter. So between quarters, we get 2.5 minutes between these quarters. So they're going to take a quick break, and.
Yeah, so that's about as picture perfect end of quarter scenario as it gets. They literally scored at the buzzer beater.
So, honestly, the possession didn't matter for them.
Sorry, not at the buzzer beater. As the buzzer went off. Yeah,
It would have counted either way.
that's right. But obviously not giving Atlanta Soul any time, even 1 second left on the clock, would have given Atlanta Soul a time, an opportunity to score.
For sure.
Yep.
Honestly, I don't know if I would have thrown it in that exact second in that just-in-case matter that someone from Atlanta Soul just came out of nowhere.
Right.
But they knew what they were doing because they obviously did it perfectly. So.
Yeah, man. So let's talk about that first quarter. 7-6, DC up 1 break still. Very tight game. I personally love to see the person defense. I, of course, love zone. But I love these matchups, and I love how contested every single throw has been on both sides.
Yes. Maddie is aware, but maybe people here are not aware. I'm a big person defense kind of person. I want as many close Ds as possible.
I know you do.
I want everything contested. I want to just pick the right person for for everybody.
Yeah.
I want to be that person that says, "Hey, you guard this person because I know you can beat them."
Right. That's exactly
and
right.
just grind.
That's right.
I want a grinders. That's what I want.
I think I did bring you over to the dark side last year, though. Jenny now will throw a zone with the teams that she coaches in college.
I realized that
You're
it was a spot that I needed to work on.
Oh, and there's that catch by Ellie. Incredible focus to bring that in. Nice job, Ellie. So on that note, I mean, the DC system, they really like to run their systems. Looking at stats a little bit, there's a couple areas where DC has the edge over Atlanta Soul, and that's pass attempts per game and completed passes per game. They just have more throws overall per game and more completed throws overall per game. And that's a great stat to see because you can see that their players are committed to having and maintaining possession. Where Atlanta has the edge, we have more goals per game and a lot more break goals per game. We have 13.5 break goals per game compared to DC's 6 break goals per game. This is so fun seeing the Atlanta Soul fans out here. Thank you so much for coming. We love you.
All right, sorry about that, guys. We just had to pose for
We
a
had
quick
to pose
photo.
for a quick selfie. What are you going to say? We're live. Yep. All right. So we're talking a little bit about the stats. And that's just something, we're stats nerds over here, Jenny and I. And it was interesting seeing, there's clear areas where one team has an edge and where the other team has an edge. On paper, this is tough to say, who's the better team. And so we'll see. The outcome of this game will tell us.
As I've told Maddie a couple times, I think it really had to do with the matchups because the two teams that DC have played have a very poachy look on their handlers, so they got a lot more touches that way.
Fair. Fair. However,
stats are still stats.
Stats are still stats. And Atlanta Soul has never beat DC Shadow. They've played twice. This is their third time meeting. In 2024, Atlanta Soul lost by 17 points, a score of 26-9 here in Atlanta. In 2025, Atlanta lost 19-8, so reducing that deficit to just 11 points.
Oh, I like this. There's a zone with a rabbit. That is what Atlanta Soul is doing right now. So what that means, people who are watching, as you can see, Marie is more, or it was Marie, and now it looks like Charlotte. Somebody is always guarding Tyler Smith, but then the rest of them are in a zone.
I like this.
I like that look.
And
It just sort of puts a wrinkle in what they're used to doing, because Tyler Smith does get a lot of touches, and she still found a way.
They do, yeah.
Another up line from Sammy, and in power position, and she finds catch
Oh,
Ritz.
that's nice, wide open. Yeah, Ritzman has impressed me as I've been scouting her for years and also watching game film going into this game. Her change of speed is incredible. She will get open up line no matter what.
Well, it's also about how smart she really is on the field. Yeah, so it's really about how smart she is on the field because she makes sure that when she goes up line, it's in that exact moment that it needs to happen.
Right, that's right.
So timing is most important in
it's
that
incredible.
situation.
While we have this time, I do want to start a conversation that we started on the last couple of live streams. Atlanta Soul wholeheartedly supports the LGBTQIA+ community. That's our community. Soul is committed to providing a space where women matching players can thrive. In particular, we recognize the barriers that transgender women face, from legislation to social discrimination, and we want to affirm our support for transgender inclusion in sports. Furthermore, we are committed to fostering a supportive and inclusive culture within our team and in the greater Atlanta community, especially for youth ultimate players. This is super important to us. Okay, we're going to talk about it after this point, which I said last time, but we really are this time.
All right. So Wong with that pull. Wow, Mia getting that disc and trying to send it to Quincy, but the defense came down so quickly.
And not really having a mark on her, it looks like. And that's a little too high. There's slight wind over on that side of the field. I think it's tough for fans to see.
It's a little over Paige Cat.
And that's a hand block. Oh, it looks like there is a foul called. Let's see if Paige is going to contest
See this
or
replay.
not. Yep.
Thank you, camera crew, for that replay. Ooh.
Tough to tell. And
Me or leave it as a good miss?
the observer made the hand motion no foul, and so that is a turnover and an incredible hand block by Paige Carver, number 33.
I do have to agree with the observer on that one.
We had best perspective, obviously.
Obviously, with that beautiful footage. Oh, a layout from Mia. We love to see it. Throwing it back to Quincy.
Look, that throw and go by Mia is just incredible. She just takes off immediately.
It's so hard to guard.
Quincy finding Marie Previer,
Finding Tuna.
finding Tuna.
Martha looking for the disc. Gets it. Throwing it back to Marie. I love the signals between
Indicating.
the UGA players. Up to
Oh
Quincy.
my goodness, we love that so much.
So that was the hockey assist to the score. Our UGA players of Martha to Marie to Quincy.
As discussed. Okay, I do really want to finish this conversation because unfortunately last year Georgia passed Senate Bill 1. It's also known as the Riley Gaines Act. Basically, this law bans transgender girls and women from playing on female sports teams in public schools and college in Georgia. This law is on the books in action right now, literally. This is happening in Georgia. This isn't like maybe it's going to happen. It might it's happening. And it's very bad. And a lot of folks from Atlanta Soul have been advocating and speaking out against this. Myself, Soju, Evelina, Charlotte, Galaxy, Jasky. Jasky drove all the way down from Tennessee to testify against this bill last year. She lives in Tennessee, and she came to Georgia to testify against this bill. And this is also why one of the reasons why Soul has chosen to remain a business and not a nonprofit, so that we can use our platform and voice and advocate against things like this. And we're going to keep fighting. And the poll is up. Beautiful catch by Kat Ritzman.
Finding openings.
There's that long mark from Mascara.
Oh, Tori's going on to Sammy, who keeps going through those up lines. I like that. Elizabeth with a great mark.
Oof.
So close.
Anna Gustafson.
But Kat Ritzman is a very hard person to guard.
She is. She uses her body well as well.
Great upline by Sammy.
And there's
again.
a pick call. I really appreciate it when the players make the hand signals when their arms are bent and upstretched like that. That means pick. Picks are not legal in Ultimate. And any player may call pick, and the play must stop.
Ooh, great defense by Anna, but that 7 cut by Kat Ritzman.
Tough to guard.
So tough to guard. And that was just such a small window.
And
still phenomenal defense.
All right, down 2 breaks. Atlanta Soul, let's do this. Sorry, actually no, we're still only down 1 break.
But again, I still think that was a very tough throw for Sammy to put. It was right in between the mark and the defender.
Right.
And she did stop that first up line. She beat her to the cone. That 7 cut is always very challenging.
It's
to
super
guard.
challenging. It's interesting. I mean, almost regardless of the outcome of this game, Atlanta Soul is going to learn a lot. DC is going to learn a lot. And if these two teams face off against each other in a playoff scenario, they will certainly be using footage from this game to be learning.
For sure. All right, so this is Sour Beer again with the pull. And they do find a way to really make their pulls go to the corners, which makes the Atlanta Soul have to kind of rush that centering pass.
That's right.
Nice cut by Dana. Dana Badeau looking for a dump, finds one, clears out. All right, now Dina has this disc, looking for someone to get open, and Charlotte does that for her. Oh, all the way around, perfect. I'm just loving how we're using the full length of the field.
And that Tori Taylor-Amanda Murphy matchup is so fun to watch. They're both extremely fast and dynamic.
Ooh, what a matchup!
Wow, that's a great D by Ashley Gentilette.
So this is what the people are here for.
That's
for
exactly
that
right.
kind of matchup.
I wondered if there was any contact there, but it looks like there was no call by Elimelech, and it's like DC's got their chance at a break right now.
So Dina Elimelech has been playing for very high-level teams for a long time, so she is very aware that if Gentilette did get a hand on the disc before anything else, then the foul isn't being called.
It wouldn't be a foul, yeah. There's some contact here, or a pick.
It looks like a pick.
Yeah. There's some disagreement. Let's see if the observer can get close enough when we can hear it.
So
We still can't really hear them, but we're pretty sure
So
that Tori is calling a pick, and it looks like they're just playing on.
yeah, so what it looked like is that she tried to jump to get the hand block, and then Charlie had to go through her. And so then with Amanda Murphy being so good at the give and go, she really couldn't catch up. So it was a good pick call.
Wow, and that's a huge put by Ashley Gentilette. Will they come down with it? No, a little too far.
Oh, just a smidge too far. I really thought we were going to see a layout on that one.
Me too. And Charlotte's picking the disc, running it to the line, trying to get things going with her team.
And again, DC is also playing great defense, so it's very hard to find people downfield.
That's right.
Oh, Charlotte with a big hook. Let's see. Oh,
Looking for
nobody
Morgan
quite
Lally
there.
downfield. They do love, when Morgan goes deep, her teammates have a hard time not throwing it to her. She's an incredible target downfield. And I don't mind that turnover, getting field position, and it looks like the DC coaches have probably called timeout and are really hoping to get this break.
Yes. So this is a good time to revisit the timeout call. So these timeouts are about 90 seconds max for everybody to start play again. So they get to switch out everybody if they would like.
That's
and
right.
if there was a stall, which there wasn't in this situation, if there was a stall, the stall would go back to 0. And that is something that is different from the USAU rules and the PUL rules.
That's right. And it looks like we are swapping some players out for both teams.
So it looks like DC has their normal O-line out now, trying to get this break.
And Jenny, what is a break?
A break is when you started on defense, so your team was the one that pulled the disc, and you found a way to get the
block.
defensive block, and found a way to get the score.
Right.
breaks don't happen quite as frequently in the PUL. Definitely not this game. There hasn't been
Only, well, there's
I think
been
one,
3 so far,
yeah.
2 from DC and 1 from
Yeah,
Atlanta. But
exactly.
Atlanta's only behind by 1 break now.
which is not as many as we've been having in the past couple games for the Atlanta Soul.
That's true.
And DC's using the full width of the field, and as I've said from Atlanta Soul, I love that.
And that's a great mark from Jimena Montaña, forcing that backfield throw.
It's up.
Big
Let's see if
throw.
Tori Taylor can find it against Kat Ritzman.
And she can, even not with her fingertips, but that pressure forced Ritzman to go up early.
So that is something that people underutilize. If you, as the defender, are getting very close to it, the offensive player gets a little nervous and goes to the disc, and that sometimes just makes you misread it just a little bit.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Quincy with a
huge
big huck
from
to
Quincy to
Jimena.
Jimena Montaña. Beautiful read. Jimena and Quincy have chemistry. It's undeniable.
Tori finding Paige. Paige finding Charlotte.
And this is exciting because
Ooh, what a grab by Tori Taylor.
this is the D-line that Seoul put on.
Oh, great throw by
And
Jimena
that's a
Charlotte.
score.
All right, so Seoul said, hey, you want to use your timeout? We're going to make sure that we find the right people out there to make sure you can't get that break. I love it.
Like you don't have good.
That's exciting. The score is 9-8. 4 minutes, 27 seconds left in this quarter. That was a hold that Atlanta Soul very much needed. 10-7 is a very different score from 9-8.
It definitely is. So still just down 1 break.
Yep.
But right now, we have a break opportunity.
Let's see this D-line. Six or 7 Atlanta Souls have thrown goals today. I missed one. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Atlanta Soul players have received goals out of our 8 points
That's
that we have.
amazing. So only one person has doubled up in being in the end zone?
That's right.
That's amazing.
Yep.
And again, we're having fans come up saying how good this game is, and we're just thinking to ourselves, well, yeah, this was always going to be the most exciting
That's
game.
right. We were ready for it.
Another great pull by Mascara. Wow, in the end zone.
Very nice.
So that's a full 80-yard pull.
That's right. This stall has got to be getting pretty high by now.
Oh.
Jesso with the disc.
Long with the give and go. Long finding Gentilette. Looked like a bullet, though. Gentilette with a big huck. Let's see what happens.
Curving to the break side. And it works out. Corpinen again. That's got to be her 3rd
Yeah.
or 4th of the game.
That's at least 3 goals for her.
That's right. So I want to take a second to shout out our Atlanta Soul volunteers. We have an incredible GM, General Manager Leah Sinigini, who's basically running the show, and first-year GM, but doing an incredible job for Atlanta Soul. Maya Phillips, our Manager of Community Youth and Fan Engagement and Game Day Operations, is out here keeping everything down, running our bouncy house, running our kid stations, and just overall being the positive heart and soul that we need today. And then we've got myself and Jenny on the commentary. We've got Enzo, our head observer, and Tim Schultz is also observing today. We've got Ari Key as our announcer. And then we've got a whole host of other volunteers who are here making this show happen. Thank you, volunteers. We see you. We love you. Thank you.
Appreciate everything you all do. Yeah.
Oh, I want to check the chat. There's stuff happening in the chat. Yay. Okay, Haley. Yes, we can keep calling that out if the stream is a little behind. Got the whole family watching this game, even the cat. Nice, Mary. All right, keep it coming. We need your love. We need all of the fans here supporting both teams for a great game.
All right, so Chloe Center is to Quincy Booth. All right. Oh, a little
A little
over.
high.
We're good. Come on.
Again, it must be something on that side. There must be a little bit more
A
wind
little
on
more
that
wind
side.
over there.
It's
Big
up.
throw coming up. Can Martha get in there in time?
Yeah,
I love that.
I was gonna say I think I have best perspective from all the way over here. I thought it was out, but I didn't want to say that on air, knowing very well I did not have good perspective.
I do like that greatest attempt from 73 Kikuchi. She jumped out of bounds, swatted at the disc, didn't catch it, but swatted at it to try and get it back in bounds to one of her teammates, which is legal in Ultimate Frisbee.
Yep. So for people who don't really know Frisbee as well, a greatest is basically just like saving it from going out of bounds in other sports like basketball and in the air having to throw it back in.
Right.
And with a Frisbee, that's much harder to do than with a ball. Oh, Chloe with a big huck. Let's see what happens. Is Ellie going to be able to go down with it?
And
she
she
does.
is.
Let's see if we can have somebody follow her. Up to Quincy.
For the hold.
Great decision. I loved how patient Ellie was at that goal line. And what a put by Chloe Green.
Beautiful. Quincy's second goal of the game, her also with an assist. I love seeing Ellie throw an assist, kind of flipping from cutter to handler, and then Quincy being that receiver. That's pretty.
But yes, again, Quincy with her height is very, very tough to guard. So if I was a cutter in that position and I saw her have a slight step, I'm also putting it up.
Right, exactly.
And another shout out, vote for Quincy, Callahan winner.
We'll take this time to shout out our sponsor, Ida Cleats. Big thank you to Ida Cleats for partnering with the PUL this season. Ida Cleats makes soccer cleats built for women. They prioritize high performance and comfortable footwear for athletes who have traditionally been an afterthought. You can use code PREMIERULTIMATE15 for 15% off your next Ida Cleat order at idasports.com.
All right, Elizabeth Mascara with the pull. The pull is up. Wow. It's so high. Let's hope that we can use advantage. Oh, but the pull was out. All right, so when a pull goes out of bounds, they get to center it where it went out. So we're going to find out where it went out. And it looks like it was pretty far. Oh, about midfield. And then they get to center the disc. So Tyler Smith with the disc and Chloe Green setting a good mark. Oh, I still love the tight defense by Megan.
Right on the sideline here. Mm-hmm.
Trying to get it off that sideline. All right, they got it off that sideline. Let's see what they're going to do with it. Still going right back to it? Nope. Sammy said, no, we're going to the break side. All right. Sammy to Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith right on that goal line. Back to Sammy, but it looks like we got a hand on it a little bit.
Almost.
But
and that's a
they
goal.
still found a way to pull it in. That was great disc movement. So patient. This is probably why they have so many more touches than us.
They do have a lot of touches. They just take their time. They really take their time. 1 minute, 29 seconds left in the quarter with Shadow pulling to Seoul.
Yep. So again, just a quick reminder.
1 second.
Oops,
This
sorry.
live broadcast is brought to you by the Premier Ultimate League. The PUL is a 501c6 nonprofit. This league has been community funded since day one, and we are so grateful for the support. We ask that you consider donating to the PUL to help us continue to grow and fulfill our mission. Head to premierultimateleague.com to donate today.
Yes, please help us out. Without y'all,
This would not exist.
this would not be happening.
None of this would exist without you.
And also, we need to showcase how amazing these women and non-binary athletes are. And this is a great time to do it, being able to put them on the live stream. So please help us out. As I was going to say, there is only 2 minutes left in this half. Again, it will be possession.
Less than 1 minute, 29 seconds.
Sorry, 1 minute, 1.5 minutes left. So it will have some stoppages in the clock, as well as when it gets down to 0, that will be a possession, not a buzzer beater.
That's right.
All right, Liv centering to Charlotte, and Charlotte looking right back to Liv forward.
That's a nice around to Tori Taylor.
Liv really fighting for that up line. It looks like another
Lot
fight
of
from Charlotte.
Contact here.
Yes.
There is a foul call from Korpinen,
There was a lot of contact.
indicating she felt there was an arm there.
It looks like there was a no contest. Oh.
Oh, and Sam Jones is calling timeout. Yeah, it looks like timeout was called a long time ago. I'm not sure if the operators can zoom in on Sam. She sometimes doesn't get heard when she calls timeout, and so she says, "I call timeout." It looks like timeout was called. She did not like what her options were for her players, and called timeout to make sure that they could hold at the end of the quarter, really needing this hold.
I did like the fact that the DC coach and the Seoul coach were able to kind of laugh about it
They
together.
were, yeah.
Because the DC coach was like, Seoul's trying to call a timeout.
That's right. That was
Just
cute.
trying to flag everybody down.
Yeah.
But I do see what Sam Jones was seeing. Every cut was being so fought for.
Right.
Like they needed to get it out of that corner, and DC was really cracking down and making sure that they could not get that disc.
That was contested, for sure.
Now I'm very curious of who they're going to put. Part of me thinks it might be a Quincy holding it in that corner.
I wonder why you think that.
I don't know. And also, just a reminder, stall goes back to 0, and any substitutions can happen right now. Hey, look. It's like I'm a future teller.
Soul coach is hugging in their matching teal blazers.
So cute.
I'm pretty sure Evelina is heckling Sam a little bit right now for her timeout. So this is a must-hold point for Atlanta Soul at the end of the second quarter. Going into halftime, they need this hold badly.
Oh,
And
Charlotte with a big
with
put
a
to
zinger
Martha.
to Martha. Can she reel it in? Yes, she can. That's gorgeous, Jenny Gold.
That was a perfect throw. I don't.
Beautiful.
Honestly, part of me at this exact moment kind of wishes that we had a camera on us because my mind is blown from that throw. What a dot.
Well, maybe we'll take some selfies.
Should I do this expression? You'll see it
Jenny,
on
Jenny
online.
has turned into an emoji, folks. That was pretty.
I'm pretty sure my eyes popped out a little bit. Wow, what a put.
So I love seeing that because when Seoul takes those chances, you've got an open receiver, you've got a thrower who really does need to put it, and when we take those chances, it means that DC has to play much more honest defense. And when they have to play much more honest defense, it does give the Seoul players a little more room to work in the field when you have DC not able to poach as much, which we saw them poaching quite a bit in their New York and Raleigh games so far in Austin.
Let's shout out these coaches for a second there
Let's.
because that was a great
Clutch
timeout
call.
Well, also, they saw that they were really trying to force that under and those strike cuts, so they said, hey, space out the field.
Right.
And they put their shooters in.
And they did it.
And it resulted in a beautiful score.
2-throw score.
Way to go, coaches.
And the clock is ticking. 53 seconds left in this quarter. The score is 11-10. This is an incredibly tight game.
So Atlanta Soul is probably digging deep, trying to make sure they get this D before the time runs out.
That's right.
Because that could really change this game if they could get this break back right here. Man, Sammy is doing a very good job this game.
Smalling.
Yes, Sammy Smallings.
Knocking on the door. Seoul defense super tight.
They're still using the full with the field.
Yep, you see this patient DC offense like the Coach David was talking about, working their systems, finding open players, using those resets. And that's the end of the quarter.
So now they get this possession. It is either going to end in a score or a D.
And I know Seoul fans are really hoping for a D here.
And DC fans are really hoping they stay patient. Oh,
Looks like there is a call on the field, some contact. Charlotte Doran making the motion with her hands. Palms up means uncontested.
Yes, on that one it looks like they just had some feet tangled up there.
Both teams getting a little bit of a breather here, as this has been an intense point so far.
Oh, great defense. Found somebody on the inside. Kat Ritzman,
Not in.
not quite in. Still on that goal line. Knocking on the door. Let's see.
And that's Martha.
And again, that 7 cut.
It's working well for them.
That 7 cut is very hard. And that's Kat McGee?
McGuire.
Kat McGuire again. Kat McGuire has, I think this is her 3rd goal, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that's correct. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll meet you back here in 10 minutes.
What a half.
All right. Hey fans, I'm Maddie Fry down here on the sideline with Coach Sam Jones. Hi Sam.
Hi.
How are you feeling? I know your goal coming into this game was to come out super strong, own your matchups, and take care of business on offense. How is Seoul doing so far?
I think we can do better. It was tough coming out, getting broken on the first point, but I'm also really proud of how we rebounded on that. We didn't get ourselves down. I think we are being challenged right now in the handler space. They're very off us for the first 2, and it's crowding up the downfield, and then we have to jump back in. So we're going to make some strategic adjustments with some people as well as just how we're playing. But I think we're grinding right now. We're going to grind a little harder. So
keep on grinding. Your deep shots seem to be working out.
Mm-hmm. They've been awesome. So we've had some really great ones, especially that one from Chloe was outstanding. So we're hoping we can put up some more big Atlanta ball in this next half of the game.
Awesome. Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks, fans. Bye, Matt.
Well, fans, we're back. Ready for some more Ultimate.
That was such an exciting half. Score is 12-10. It's a very close game. Still only down by 1 break, Atlanta Soul. But starting off this quarter
12 seconds on the clock, or 12 minutes on the clock.
on offense.
So if they get this point, they'll be down 1. But if DC gets this break, that's down 3, and that's a very different range.
Very different score. So talking with Sam Jones at half, oops, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. She felt that her team had some things to improve upon defensively in stopping the DC handlers. She was not happy with how easily they were able to kind of play their normal offense, just get the disc, swing it, and just keep it running like they have been doing all season long. So some adjustments were made to try and stop that, and we'll see what those adjustments are on Seoul's next defensive point.
All right, as usual, they have centered it to Quincy Booth. Throwing it to Mia Griner. All right, back to Quincy. It looks like a big put. Let's see if anyone can come down with it. Looks like Marie has a shot. And
Wow.
Marie does get it.
Let's go, Marie!
Marie's being patient on that goal line. Let's see what she does. Oh,
Scuba to Mia Griner for the score.
would we call that commentator's curse in that situation? When
I mean, not quite a curse because it worked out.
the commentator's,
Blessing?
yeah, maybe. Being patient on the goal line and Scooper. I
love
love
it.
that. I love it. I love it. This is why they're the pros and I'm just over here.
So these first 2 quarters were within 1. So DC took quarter 1 7-6, and then DC also took quarter 2 5-4. Some of that had to do with DC's very good end of quarter clock time management or clock management. But we have seen, quite a few turnovers from both teams. Atlanta Soul still being down a break, and this is now their chance to show us sort of what defensive changes they're making to try and apply a much more pressure to this DCO line.
Yeah, I would like to emphasize what Maddie just said with the fact that DC's clock management is what's keeping them in the lead at the moment. They did score both times with 0 seconds on the clock.
That's right. And Ella Melik with the pull.
Looks like Tyler getting the pull, looking for Flores.
Surprise, surprise.
Sammy's waiting for her moment. I could see it. And here's the moment. Sammy throws it. Julia looking for Sammy and gets it to her. A little bit forced, but Sammy used her body very well against Paige.
McGuire with the disc.
Yep. McGuire has the disc, and as we know, McGuire has found her way in the end zone quite a few times this game.
That's right.
And also has the throws. Tyler Smith finding Sammy, finding Flores. Oh, with an unfortunate drop. Let's see if Atlanta Soul can get their break back.
This is the opportunity that Seoul has been looking for.
Oh, Paige Carver could not quite get that one in. All right, Flores has the disc, looking at the end zone, decides to go with Sammy as a. Oh, looks like Sammy's trying to put Flores in, and she does.
And that's a hold for DC Shadow.
For DC Shadow goal.
But since I've coached Caitlin Aycock a couple times, I know this one's really hurting her at this moment. She was very close to that disc, and
Yeah.
she is going to find a way
Yeah.
this next point. I'm very excited to see how she changes her positioning and finds a way to get this D.
I am too. Just a little bit leaving her feet there, and that could have been a block. We did get a turn, just couldn't convert, and so let's see how this O-line does. Need to get this hold, and then need to see some defensive pressure being applied. I do want to take this time to announce Victory. Victory is now the official insole of the Premier Ultimate League. Victory builds products for athletes made to aid in their performance and recovery. Their gold insoles help return energy back to the user, helping athletes jump higher, run faster, and cut quicker. Use code PUL25 to enjoy 25% off all Victory products. And I also want to thank you to all of the businesses that donated to our raffle. We have a ton of businesses out here in the Decatur and Atlanta area, from restaurants to wellness centers, just giving away stuff for the Soul fans. So come join us in person, buy a raffle ticket, and get some good stuff.
All right, sour beer with the PUL, and it's up. Live for catching the PUL. To Charlotte, to Charlie. All right, I like the quick movement. Throwing it to a cutter, which
Dana.
is Dana Badeau.
Who Jenny can't recognize because she dyed her hair.
Okay, okay. I know Dana Badeau.
Beautiful. Love this dishy.
Yep. I love this patience.
Atlanta Soul cutters and handlers just grinding.
Ooh, the lefty backhand by Dina to Charlie for a score.
And that's a great hold, must-need hold for Atlanta Soul.
So this happened very quickly, but Dina Elametic left-handed backhand over the top to Tori Taylor, who then found Charlie Hawkins deep into the end zone for an Atlanta Soul score.
Very nice. Definitely needed that hold. When the Soul players are patient and find each other, very good things happen. They're, yeah, just like we talked about already, Jenny, like the rushing is just where we're seeing the turnovers come from. And if they can just channel a little more of that just patient offense, I think they'll have more success.
And in this game, they've been aware since they were scouting DC to begin with that they're not going to get that many opportunities. If they find something and they turn it, DC's going to capitalize. And if they don't, that's a gift.
That's right.
This isn't something that is an easy way to get it back. Of course, you can grind and you might get one, maybe two, but it will be very, very hard to get it third.
It really will. And we see in the chat some shout out for Martha from, I think that was before halftime. And my twin sister, Eleanor Fry, is in the chat. Hey, Eleanor. And some aunties are in the chat as well. Love to see those aunties.
All right, looks like Soul's throwing out that zone again. Marie taking away Tyler's reset option. All right, DC is really moving that disc and moving that cup. They're being very patient.
I like that the Atlanta Soul defenders downfield are doing a little more fronting. I think that's what's going to take away the throwers' options downfield.
Yes, I do find it very interesting of how clogged this space is looking.
That's right.
Oh, but
that's
an over
exactly
the
what they're
top.
wanting.
What a great way to shut me up. All right. Looks like they're trying to find a person to match up on. Oh, the give and go, not quite working, but Tyler Smith trying to reel it in. It looks like she might be.
I think it's an injury call. No.
No.
I misinterpreted the hand signal there.
I think a lot of people did, which is why some people stopped.
Yeah. And here is Soul with a break opportunity.
Oh, nice
and that's
dig.
a timeout call from the Soul coaches. Was actually really wondering if that was going to come. That's their first time out of this half. And they had their zone D line on, get that block, forcing that turnover with that, rushing offense from DC. And now they're going to put their O-line on, and let's see what happens.
It's what we talked about. When you're in the process of firing out of your zone, a lot of times you're going so fast that it makes, again, the offense rush a little too much.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what happened. They did try to make it up with a great layout attempt.
This is that over-the-top throw. That is really a great way to break this zone, and then I think we'll see them start rushing here. So, Jenny, are you saying we should probably take credit for that turnover? That's what I'm hearing.
Definitely not. No, the Atlanta Soul is doing and grinding, and I am sitting here in the booth just talking,
Loving it up.
talking y'all's ear off. That's all.
Speaking of coaches making that timeout call, I know I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. It's so fun having women head coaches in the PUL. Evelina Pierce and Sam Jones, two co-head coaches of Atlanta Soul, along with Kylie Mink, an assistant standing right next to her, and Chris Goodson talking with the team on the far sideline. And then there's several other teams in the league that have women head coaches, Jackie Lai, Jenna Dahl. And FIFA just made it a requirement for all women's soccer teams to have a female head or assistant coach. Did you know that?
I only knew it because you told me that a couple days ago.
Oh,
and I was like, wow.
forgot I told you that.
But that's the only
I
reason
repeat
knew.
myself.
It looked like they set up a pull play off that timeout, and it's up. It's up to Martha. Let's see if Martha can bring it down.
Because Marie cannot not throw it to Martha. Oh my goodness. That was very close, and I think the crowd is kind of waiting for a call from Martha, but it's not coming. Jess, making the late bid and getting that block.
Yes, you have to give it to Jesso. I think Martha would have pulled that down if it wasn't for her coming out
I do
of the
too.
woodworks.
Having two DC players under that disc, that's what every coach loves to see on defense.
I try to say that to everyone because it's so hard as a player to not just want to watch the beautiful throw up, just running under it. Oh, a second timeout.
I believe so.
DC coach did not like what they were seeing.
I love it when a point has two timeouts in it or more. We've got 6 minutes and 59 seconds left in this quarter. The score is 13-12. I mean, this is a critical moment for both teams. If DC is able to hold their offensive point, they go up 14-12. If Atlanta is able to break, the score is tied for the first time in the game since the first quarter.
I love the IQ of both coaches in this situation,
It's
knowing
fun.
how critical this point is, because this is the point where Seoul has a legitimate chance to get this break back.
Truly. And now that DC has called a timeout, they might be subbing in some players. Atlanta might be as well. Let's see who those substitutions are. While we have a second, I do want to remind folks to stay on the PUL live stream today. There are 5 games happening in the PUL today. 5 games. Can you believe that? We've got us playing now. Nashville versus Raleigh started an hour before our game did at 4 p.m. Indy versus Minneapolis at 6 p.m. Milwaukee versus Philadelphia at 6. And then tomorrow, so yeah, the 5th game tomorrow is Sunday, Milwaukee versus New York. Milwaukee's doubleheader on the road. So please stay tuned. Watch the rest of those games. This is an exciting weekend.
Oh, it looks like someone's looking for a deep shot, but Tyler Smith holsters it. Nice switch on the handlers. Kat Ritzman with a big yardage gain.
You know, Seoul has not been able to stop those swings to the break side from DC this entire game. We're basically allowing those break side throws to go off.
I've told a bunch of people, I am always impressed when I watch DC. Marks don't seem to bother them.
They really don't. And it's not just 1 or 2 players. It's throughout the entire roster. It's really impressive.
Ooh.
And a drop/low throw to McGuire with Tori Taylor hot in pursuit and then streaking deep. Yeah.
Give Tori Taylor some credit there.
Yes, most
that was
definitely.
nerve-wracking. Charlotte throwing it to Martha. That was a big yard gainer right there. Martha looking around
And
to
Tori
Tori
just
Taylor.
grinding all point. And now here's some of this patient offense that we've been looking to see from Seoul.
Tori is trying to find an option and finds
There
Dina
we go.
downfield. Dina throws it up to Quincy. And Quincy
And
comes down with it.
is a break.
Soul got the break back. Now it's a tie ball game. 2 breaks to 2 breaks.
I wish y'all could see this. Jenny has left her feet, is standing on the stool, not even on the ground, but on the stool, leaning out because we don't have the greatest vision here in the booth.
To be fair, when it's on that side of the field, I'm always standing. But this time there was a little bit of banging as well.
And that was Dina to Quincy.
Yes, it was Dina to Quincy. And what an outside in backhand. Ooh.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
And again, if Quincy has a step, you're putting it up.
Got to. You got to.
Again, Callahan.
Oh, let's put that back in the chat. And our lovely volunteers are coming by and asking us if we need anything to drink or eat. This is such a community feel that we have here at these Seoul Games. If you're not here in person, please come join us. And we'll have some watch parties, too, for our 3 away games that are coming up. So we had 3 home games in a row, and then we've got 3 away games on the road. Next Sunday, the 17th in Nashville, the following Saturday, the 24th in Austin, and then a week off, and then we head to Indy on the road on Sunday, June 7th. Please tune in and watch and come to our watch parties in Atlanta at Urban Pie, hosted by Jolene.
Elizabeth Mascara with another 80-yard pull.
Surprise, surprise. 2-0-1.
All right, hard mark by Elizabeth Mascara. They are fired up
Yeah.
after that break. They want another one. They're hungry now. And DC is saying, no, I'm not giving you another break. This is some quick movement by DC. Big yardage right here. Kat Ritzman is still finding all these openings. Again, very smart player. She knows her timing so well.
Oof,
Oh,
that's
Flores
nice.
for another score.
I hear the disappointment in your voice, Jenny. And that's a hold for DC.
Flores, if you're listening, you're an amazing player. I am not disappointed in your play at all. You are coming out exactly the way I expected you to.
That's exactly right.
She's an amazing player.
For sure. Talking with the coaches of Atlanta Soul before the game, a lot of their strategy revolved around trying to limit the number of touches of those 3 offensive handlers, Sammy Smalling, Kira Flores, and Tyler Smith. And while there has been quite an incredible defensive pressure put on those 3 players, as exhibited by the score, which is very close, 14-13, they still are having a huge impact on this game, all 3 of them.
2, 9, 6, 7. 7, 6, 2. Hey, lovely Crystal. Hi.
Oh, okay. So we're
Don't be nosy. You're so nosy. Don't be nosy.
all right. So we have Wong here, ready for the pull. Great pull. Looks like Liv 4 is gonna catch this pull and try to set her to Quincy. All right, Charlotte with the disc, finding Quincy in a power position. What is she gonna do with it? Nope, just reset. Liv forward with another power position, and the huck does go up to Morgan Lawley. Let's see what happens. With a great D.
That's such a nice look to
Rebecca
Morgan.
Driver with an amazing defensive play. Rebecca Driver using those long legs and getting up there.
Yeah.
High pointing that disc.
And like I said, when Morgan Lally goes deep, it is very difficult for her teammates to not throw it to her.
Sour Beer throws it. And
Easy D by Dina, just picked off.
Come on.
No problem. Casual.
Quincy Booth throwing it to Dana.
Oh
Fagano!
my goodness.
What a throw by
What
Quincy.
a throw.
Let's see.
Let's see that again.
Wow. Right in that deep corner. You know I love a crossfield flick.
Yes, you do. But you also love a same third flick.
Okay, we don't have to add that part because that doesn't make me look very good.
Well, the truth is the truth, Jenny. It might hurt sometimes.
It does hurt. It does hurt.
Quincy, that is a great throw and just incredible vision. Can we shout out Quincy again? I mean, this woman is in college. She's graduating today. She's missing a lot of her graduation ceremonies to be here at this game because she's such a baller and such a competitor, and she wanted to be here for her team. She's truly a leader on this team at, 21, 22 years old. An incredible person. Came up through the Atlanta youth scene, going to Decatur High School, winning states with Decatur High School for several years in a row. There's just nothing the other teams, I talked to coaches of the other high school
Look at
teams.
all
There's
these
just nothing
Quincy
they could
heads.
do to stop her. She's 6 foot. She's a lefty. She has every throw in the book. She just waved at us.
There it is.
She heard me talking about her, probably.
No, the Quincy
Oh.
heads are being shown, and they're showing the
Yes,
Callahan
there they
video.
are.
Don't worry, guys. We already put it in the chat.
And maybe someone else could put it back in the chat, but vote for Quincy Callahan.
Come on, guys, let's get down there.
All right. Sammy throwing it to Tyler. Back to Sammy.
And here's his zone again, just designed to force a lot of throws.
And randomly guard Tyler to make sure that they have to
don't.
throw something else.
Yep.
All right. But again, DC is a very patient team.
That's
Is
right.
okay with having a bunch of touches.
We have a Soul fan saying, your end zone is over there. You know, I was talking to my friend Miranda Knowles this morning about the zone. She used to throw with Atlanta Hustle, and their opponents would just, you know, be pretty patient, just like this, throwing it back and forth. And then Miranda would say, they're never gonna score. And that might actually have forced one of their opposing players to take a risky throw. Just that comment by the opposing coach. Love it. Love that kind of gamesmanship. Oh, and that's a D by Elizabeth Mosquera. Incredible focus.
What a bullet thrown. All right, and Elizabeth has this now. Oh, a big throw, a big throw.
Ken-Marie
Can we get
Previer.
there?
Bring it down. Yes, she can. Are you kidding me? There is a call. That was the play of the game so far. Oh, my goodness gracious. Can we see that replay?
Yes.
And
What a
it
catch.
looks too far from our angle, and she just full extension, fingertips grab. Oh,
Wait, it's
gorgeous.
Do
There's
we
something
know what the call
called-
was?
The boos from the crowd indicate it could be a travel. Let's hear.
What was this call?
Do it again, Marie.
Well, whatever's happening, the crowd is getting way more hyped up because they don't like that call at all.
Marie, that was an amazing layout.
Let's see what
That will
happens here.
never take. We will never take that away from you.
That's right.
Charlotte with the disc,
Murphy going deep. Charlotte
calling it off.
opting for unfortunate reset turnover. I think that this D can grind. Let's see Atlanta Soul.
It's
And
up.
there's a disc
Let's see
up.
if Martha can get it back. Oh, she just missed
Oh my
it.
goodness. I think she might have even gotten fingertips on that. So that is a hold for DC, an offensive hold. Really, we're hoping we could get that one and take the lead for the first time this game. The score is 15-14. DC Shadow up by 1, but back on serve with 1 minute and 55 seconds left in this quarter. That means the clock will stop on all plays, and let's see
Anytime
what
this goes out
DC
of
does on
bounds.
defense to
Yeah.
try and stop Atlanta Soul.
Again, the clock will start right when the offensive player throws the first legal pass.
Do we know what the call was? Was it a travel?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. Anyone in the chat, if you know, love to hear. This is the game we came for today.
It really is.
So I'm curious, while we're talking about rules, how do you, dear fans who are listening, feel about the rule set, the PUL rule set? Do you have any changes that you'd like to make? I'm being handed food. I love our volunteers so much. Yeah, what changes would you like to see made? How do you feel about self-officiation? How do you feel about referees versus observers? Put it in the chat. What are you looking to see? We can hype it up a little bit.
All right, the pull is up. And just so you know, Maddie is asking that question to put me on the spot.
There's a call by the observers, probably an offsides because
Not on the clock.
unclear as of yet what the call is exactly.
What?
It looks like the observer is gesturing to the DC players to take several steps back. Still not sure what the call was, but
What was the call? Time. We're fixing the time.
the clock. There was an issue with the clock.
So again, it's always tough because of the new change in rules, which is why we did want to make it consistent for all 4 quarters so that the timing can be almost practice for the first, second, and third. Oh, what a grab by Morgan Lally.
Oh, run through block. Jess O. Just
Great defense.
grabs it
It's up.
and putting it up back to Jess. Will she come down with it? Yep,
Yes,
she will.
does. And that's a break.
That's a break for DC.
9-21, DC goal.
I know Tori Taylor's not happy with that one.
Shucks. Not quite the point that Seoul was looking for. They're back down a break, 16-14, and are looking to get this hold and hopefully then get a break following it. We don't know what the call in the Marie Deep catch was. I'm assuming it was a travel because it went back to the thrower.
Yes, that's my assumption as well. That's always tough when someone makes an incredible play like that and it goes back for a travel call. But in the PUL, you can contest travel calls and have the observer make that decision.
And just a reminder, except for when otherwise noted in the PUL rule set, the PUL is following USA Ultimate rules. And then the PUL has their own rule book that explains the clock and active observer calls and things that are different. When it's not called out, any other rules defer back to the USA Ultimate rule book.
When I say Atlanta, you can say Seoul. Atlanta.
All right. Atlanta passing it back and forth through their handlers and then to Tori Taylor as a cutter. Tori throwing it to Dana Badeau. Dana looking for someone. Oh, trying to throw it to Liv forward, but great defense by Sourbeer.
Defense! Defense! Defense!
Jessie O looking for someone, but again, Seoul's playing very tight defense. Sourbeer with the disc again. Gentilette looking. Gentilette's still looking. Jessie O helped her out.
And, oof.
Oh, so close. Amanda Murphy's a very fast player to be guarding.
You know, DC really still having great field position with those away cuts that they then grind for the unders.
All right. Again, these up lines are very, very challenging to guard, and DC's using them very well. Oh!
And that's Morgan Lally coming out of nowhere for a defensive effort, but a foul being called by the DC player.
Seconds on the clock.
Let's see that
We'll
replay.
put 12 seconds back left on the clock.
What a great poach D, but I could see where that foul might be being looked at.
Immediately, Morgan emphasizing that she is choosing to go to the observer and ask the observer for their best perspective. She feels that it was not a foul, a clean defensive play. However, the DC player, who I can't see from my vantage point, is calling that it was a foul.
I am curious if they're trying to call a foul or dangerous play.
Possibly.
Just because she is coming from a blind spot, but we can't hear from here. So this is just speculation. It did look like more from, never mind, because I was going to say from my best perspective over here. But that doesn't even matter. We'll see what they decide. Okay. They're going with no foul. So it is a turn, and there's 12 seconds on the clock. So another reminder, it is possession. So Atlanta Seoul will most likely try to hold it.
For at least 12 seconds.
For at least 12 seconds so that they don't give DC another opportunity.
That's such nice, quick disc movement.
5 seconds. 5 seconds.
3,
2,
2, 1.
Okay, so DC does not get another opportunity to score, so this will end with a score or a D. Oh! Again, the matchup we all want!
Guacamole!
The matchup we all want!
Oh,
Score!
we love that so much. Well done, Soul.
That is the matchup we're looking for. We love it.
And that's Quincy to,
No, it was Charlotte.
yeah, Charlotte to, sorry, to Elimelech,
Yeah, Elimelech.
who threw it to Dana
Yep.
in the end zone.
Yep, Dana with that S cut in the
Love it.
corner. Woo. I will say, I want to give a shout out again to Ashley Gentile. I know that one hurt, but I'm telling you, I've watched this player for the last 3 years because I had to watch some film for Atlanta Soul. My favorite player. But,
Actually, Jenny wants to meet you after the game.
and I will. That is the goal for after this game.
We've got some shout outs to Dina in the chat. That was an incredible grab. I believe that Dina remembered the D that Ashley got on her in the first half of this game and said, that's not happening again. Went up super early, came down with it, used her height, focused, and threw the goal. That's Dina's third assist of the half. So of the quarter. That's Dina's third assist of the quarter, and then Dana's second goal of the quarter as well.
I want to point out that having the matchup of Gentilette guarding her, you know that DC was worried.
That's right.
So this is a tough task, and she's still finding the disc and finding a way in the end zone.
So DC scoring for that point to Atlanta Soul's 5.
Again, 1 point every quarter. This is why we're here. 2 top teams going against each other. They are making sure the fans are enjoying this, including us. I'm having a great time. I don't know about you,
I'm
Maddie.
entertained. I am entertained. Also, Jenny's here entertaining me, so that helps.
Yes, I am the chaotic one, we have found out.
Want to shout out a couple more players here. Who do you want to shout out on the DC roster
For this game or in general?
for this game?
Sammy.
Yeah.
Sammy Smallings
Yeah.
is doing a great job working these defenders.
Yeah.
She is finding ways up blind. She's using her body appropriately. So she gets one step because of her first quick step.
That's right.
And then, honestly, you have to go through her.
Yep.
And I'm not saying they shouldn't, but that's why she keeps getting the disc, is
It's
because
true.
the defender has no way of getting around her.
She
And-
uses her body incredibly well, and
The quick release.
I was
after
just gonna
she-
say that!
Oh my
I
goodness.
was just gonna say
the
that.
quick release is crazy.
yes, it's amazing. I also want to shout out Jess O on
yes.
DC. She's had at least 2 Ds, I think more, and some clutch catches, and just incredible all-around play. On the Atlanta side, who do you want to shout out? I'm pointing at Marie Previer on our roster sheet here.
I mean, after just watching Dina's catch, we can't
Yeah.
not shout that out.
That's
that would
right.
be crazy.
yeah,
I mean, Quincy's having
yeah,
some dots.
she's having a great game.
I'm really enjoying a lot of these players.
Me too. Ellie Thompson coming down with that goal, having that focus to bring it in. I'm loving Caitlin's D. Chloe's huck, so beautiful. She rarely does huck it, and when she does, it's usually a dime.
And then that Charlotte one,
Mm-hmm.
that Charlotte one right into Martha's bread basket.
So pretty. And then we've got Dina just having a great game.
Dina's ready.
Yeah. Let's see this Atlanta Soul D. Looks like person.
Get down there.
Ooh, that was close, but it was up.
Was up. Called up by the observers.
What a save. Kat is doing a great job, too. I think,
Yeah, Ritzman.
no.
Or McGuire,
No,
yeah.
McGuire. Kat McGuire, I think she's
And
had
it's
3
up.
goals, and then that save right there. So close.
And that's a goal
That is a goal.
in 35 seconds.
That's a clean hold.
yeah.
A clean hold. You want to explain to the fans what a clean hold is?
Yes, a hold is when you start on offense and you score. A clean hold is when you start on offense and you score without ever turning it over. And so a dirty hold would be when you start on offense and you score, but you did turn it over and then you got it back and you still ended up scoring. If you start on offense and you don't end up scoring, you get broken. So that's what a break is, what Jenny was describing earlier in the day. So shout out to all the family members who are in the chat. We see you, and thanks for tuning in, and we'll keep trying to shout out some ultimate rules for you.
All right, so are we down a break, Maddie? Or is
Just one, yeah.
All right, looks like Wong's about to do this pull for us. All right, the pull is up.
Let's go, Soul. All right, Charlie.
Charlie catches the pull, centers Charlotte, passing it back to Charlie. Centering it back. Loving the handler movement. Liv found the way to get open.
And Charlotte and Liv have played together for several years now, and you can see that.
And they also
And
play club
just
together.
off the fingertips of Jimena Montaña coming for that undercut.
Ball, Taiki.
This is a big stop. Desso with the disc. Hime grinding against Murphy, but Murphy still found a way to get that disc. So it looks like a pick was called. So Gentilette has to go back.
In that vert stack, I will say DC in general does a great job of barely not picking their defensive
up.
players.
And found.
All
Wong
right.
with the score.
Shucks, and that's a break.
Yep, that now
You
Seoul is
know,
down 2 breaks.
Yeah, and we saw this in the New York game where DC pulled out to a 4-0 lead in the first quarter, and then they traded, DC and New York for several points until New York was able to bring it back to 13-12. And then DC kind of put on the Jets and said, nah, we're going to pull away with this game. I hope that's not what happens here, and we'll see if Seoul is able to answer back. We were able to get a break of our own, and let's see if we can do that again.
Since you did bring up the New York game, I do think. Oh, hold on. We have Discraft.
The Discraft Ultra Star is the official disc of the Premier Ultimate League. Discraft, the world leader in disc sports. Thank you for the discs, Discraft.
All right. So now bringing up the
Yes.
New York game. I will say that New York did go on that span of really kind of going on almost a break train. I think they had 2 breaks in a row, then DC would score, and then a couple more breaks. So I think there's still some fire that we just have to light.
Definitely. And the fans were helping too. I mean, you can tell the Seoul players really feel it when the fans are there.
Atlanta, you say Seoul. Atlanta.
Chloe catching the pull, throwing it to Quincy. Back to Chloe. Chloe, fine.
There's some contact there. Dina's calling foul on Gentilette. Looks like no contest, and we will just restart.
I would not want to be fouled by Gentilette. But
Let's-
Gentilette's always very good about sportsmanship. No contest all the way.
Oh my goodness. And
All
that is an errantly thrown disc. Not exactly sure who that was
I
to.
think it looked like
on-
it was to Martha.
Okay.
It was a little
And
out of
there's
reach.
now another call on the field, and it looks like Mia Greiner.
Okay, so there might be a rule that we might be going over, but it looks like the observer might be getting something out of his pocket.
And that is a card.
That is a card. So this new rule in the PUL, when there is a card, they actually get 10 yards
Penalty.
penalty. We'll see if it gets enforced. Yep,
It
and
is.
the 10-yard penalty is getting enforced. So what this card means is that it was what they said was a slightly dangerous play
Yep.
situation. So we really want to prevent those. So if you don't have a play on the disc, we don't want people to get laid out into and possibly get injured. So there's this thing called a dangerous play. In the PUL now, it's a 10-yard penalty when that
And
occurs.
a turnover.
And now there's a turnover, so that's a gift for the Atlanta Soul.
Yep, trying to
We
get
gotta
this offensive
capitalize.
hold.
Oh, wow. Mia was wide open on that one. Finding Marie.
Looking
Oh.
for Chloe. That reset out to space, is that what
I
you're
love it.
loving?
I
Yeah.
do love a reset out to space. Oh, in the end zone for Marie. Oh,
And that's Dina's 4th assist of this half and Marie's 2nd goal. Okay, again, much needed offensive hold from Atlanta Soul. 18-16, 8 minutes and 44 seconds left in this game. Looks like the clock has not caught up yet. Hopefully we can catch up that clock. In the meantime, we'll keep calling out what's happening there. Whew, a couple turnovers on that point. Was definitely glad to see Atlanta Soul holding
yep.
for their offensive point.
Going back to that term, a dirty hold.
There you go. Yeah, that dangerous play call, could definitely tell that the contact from Greiner was not intentional. She immediately made the no contest signal with her hands. When your palms are out, both hands up, that means no contest. I agree, it was a foul, and play goes on. I'm a fan of the of that rule change. With the penalty. What do you think? The yardage penalty?
I'm also a fan of the rule change just because we really do want to keep it a safe sport for everybody, and it being self-officiated, this is a time for the observers to also step up and make a active call that way.
Yeah.
And I do think on that one, the observer was seeing that. I know Mia didn't mean to make the contact, but I don't think the observer saw her have a actual play on the disc.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we get this break back. All right, DC again moving it very well from one side of the field to the other. Looking back to Sammy, who again is touching the disc a whole lot this game. Finding Kat Ritzman.
And that's a D.
Way to
Megan
go.
Jarrell,
Way to go,
huge
Megan.
pressure. Making that catch very difficult for McGuire, who's been huge for DC all game. And that's those footsteps you can tell McGuire heard coming, and then Megan just with the run through.
Morgan Lawley, back to Quincy. Ooh, Quincy fighting Paige downfield.
Love how Paige is always open for those unders. She just grinds for days.
Ooh, a little out of reach of Quincy Booth.
Commentator's curse. My fault. Let's see if we can get this back.
Defense! 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 Defense!
Ooh,
And DC's coming up with that lucky hold.
all right.
And
Tyler Smith to Sammy Smallings
for the
a
score. You can see
That's
the
that's a break.
frustration a little bit in the body language of the Soul players there, knowing that they had a chance to get that break, but couldn't quite get it.
Again, it is very hard to stay upbeat when every mistake you're making, they're finding a way to capitalize.
That's right. So let's talk about some of these players. We talked about Quincy. I want to talk a little bit about Chloe. She's got some aunts and uncles in the stands here today, and she's got a lot of folks watching online as well. Okay, and just so you know, fans, we are having an issue technically here, so we won't be able to do any more replays. So be watching on that very first attempt, and we're going to rely on you to help us virtually do the replay. Yeah, Chloe Green, shout out to you. Loved having you in Atlanta now, even though you live in Charleston. Thank you for coming all the way here, traveling so much, and just being such a rock for this team.
Oh, yeah. If we're going to talk about Chloe, I just want to say also, coaching Chloe, she has always been a pleasure. She's really invest her time in puts all into every team she plays for.
She really does.
Those T-shirts she made us.
Can you believe it?
flawless.
Every single person on the team got a T-shirt last year, handmade by Chloe Green,
Yep, and she just printed soul,
and embroidered it, hand embroidered.
hand embroidered.
And Charlie not liking what she's seeing and needing to just chuck it downfield to try and get field position. The DC defense really clamping down.
It looks like Sam Jones was trying to call a timeout during that situation. So now we're trying to figure out if
the timeout was actually called. And let's see.
the fact that it has been a problem, I do believe her. Are they going to give her the timeout?
Yeah. Unless DC wants to acknowledge it, we didn't hear it, we got to play it. Unless DC wants to give him the timeout.
And you heard that from the observer directly. Unless DC wants to acknowledge the timeout call, the observers did not hear it.
Looks like they're talking about it.
DC wants to award them the timeout. We didn't hear it, we're going to play it.
So still unclear what the result is.
To play on, we're going to play on.
It looks like the observer is saying we're going to play on, but Coach Sam Jones is walking on the field talking to observer Tim Schultz on the other side.
Is the coach not acknowledging it?
That's unclear.
How are you thinking about that?
As head coach last year, I mean, you do have to get close to the observers. I don't know if you all saw me, but I just stood next to the observer like almost the entire game, because if I wanted to call timeout, I would just say it in their ear over and over again, timeout, 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 timeout. So if the observers don't hear it, then they can't call it. That being said, I like what this observer is doing, saying like, if the DC head coach did hear it and wants to acknowledge it, it's similar to kind of having spirit of the game and saying if it's a call that will go against your own team, you're allowed to overrule an observer. And we can't hear from where we are right now, but we see some hand gestures. If the camera can pan onto the sideline where, there we go, thank you. And we see gestures and conversation between the two coaches. I'm assuming this is not going to allow the timeout call to stand, and we will play on.
Enzo.
Curious.
I am so curious.
So curious.
I mean, that is part of the reason why I just stopped talking. I'm trying to figure out what they're going to do about this. I have not been in this situation where it was this much of a conversation if we were awarding a timeout or not. Also, what happened to the red?
Yeah,
the red.
Typically, there's a flag you can throw on the field to show indicate timeout in case the observer can't hear you.
Right, and so then it would show that it landed before.
Right.
All right,
We'll
so
have an update.
let's note that.
We're contesting this call.
It's a contested call.
A contested timeout call.
Testing, going to send it back, coming in on 8.
Okay,
It seems like she's just going to call the timeout.
let's hope so.
That's it.
The call is a timeout. No one acknowledged it. The call, it's being contested. We're sending it back. Stall coming in at 8.
All right, so they're playing it as a contested call.
So if I was Charlie at this moment, I would just call him timeout myself.
Seems like a great idea.
Interesting.
Let's see what happens here. Thanks for hanging in with us here, fans.
Ready?
And disc in.
Oh, did they say they weren't allowed to call the timeout
I don't know.
since it was contested?
Now I'm even more confused, Jenny.
I don't know what's going on. I have a lot of questions, and I will get them answered later.
Yes, great. And Callahan territory here. And there's that patient offense that we keep seeing from DC. DC still in their own end zone.
Again, just being patient.
Pretty patient. Ashley Gentilette streaking deep.
But Martha's staying on her.
She is. Still swinging it here.
Oh, looks like another one streaking deep. Are they going to throw it? Nope, they Hellstered.
Love that break side. We haven't been able to stop them from using that break side this whole game.
Kyver with the disc. Wong now with the disc. All right, now they're getting to the other side of the field. Wong puts it up to Gentilette. And, oh, not to Gentilette. It was to Amanda Murphy.
For the score. And that's a break.
I am unsure what happened there on Atlanta Soul's defense.
It seemed like a little blown coverage downfield. I wasn't sure who was on Murphy, actually. I do think that throw was to Gentilette, and Murphy's just speedy, and came out of nowhere and got it. So, man, not quite the quarter that Seoul was hoping for. The score is 20-16, 5 minutes and 25 seconds left in the quarter. As we know, playing a timed game, anything can happen. A 4-point swing is certainly doable. And I know Atlanta Soul's looking to make some defensive adjustments now and trying to get back in this game. Let's see what happens. This is exciting. This live broadcast is brought to you by the Premier Ultimate League. The PUL is a 501c6 nonprofit. This league has been community funded since day one, and we are so grateful for the support. We ask that you consider donating to help us continue to transform and fulfill our mission. Head to premierultimateleague.com to donate today. And yeah, the PUL is doing amazing work. The PUL started in 2019. 2019, 2021, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. This is the 8th year of the PUL. We did not play in 2020. We had a virtual season in 2020. We had a limited season in 2021, but this is the 8th year of the PUL.
So you might be the only person that can answer this question then. Does that mean DCU wasn't part of the first year?
That's correct.
Okay.
DC joined in 2020. In 2019, we had 8 original teams. Trivia, anyone in the chat, can you name all 8 of those teams? And then in 2020, we had 4 teams slated to join: Philly, DC, Milwaukee, and Minnesota. And we had to cancel that season. And so their first live season was 2021.
All right. Soul making sure they get a hold here. Again, only 5 minutes, so we've got to make sure we find the goal
Quickly.
sooner than later. We're getting closer.
Again, some great heads up on Ellie for that catch with the defender in hot pursuit. That's Jimena Montana, back to Mascara, back to Montana. They play together on Revolution. They have a lot of chemistry together. Back to Liv Ford in the middle of the field, looking to Tori Taylor, and Liv Ford striking up line immediately. Oh, beautiful. And then hand block by Jess O. That's got to be her 3rd or 4th D of the game.
What a great hand block. And DC's taking their time. They do get 20 seconds if the disc got into the end zone at all. All right, DC again being patient. Again, time is on their side. So
that's true. They can take all the time they want.
So we should expect Seoul to put a lot of pressure D, but also DC not taking too many risks at this point. I'm loving the pressure.
I hear a whistle. It looks like a timeout
They
call.
definitely heard his timeout. Sorry. But I also heard his timeout, to be fair.
Okay, let's use this timeout. I want to talk about more of these players. We talked about Chloe from Charleston. Let's also talk about Tuna, Christina Tuna Marcicano.
I mean,
incredible player.
and she's been traveling since I was my first year coaching on
Right.
Seoul, so this is her 4th season.
Yes, that's correct. And it's tough being a travel player. You know, they're driving 5 hours each way every weekend to either practice or play games with
And
Atlanta
I
Soul.
know it's always a discussion she has every season of like,
It's
am I
tough.
going to do this again? And then you know what?
Yep.
She does.
And
Do
she
you want to
does.
know why? Because this culture of Atlanta Soul is a beautiful thing.
I agree. Can we talk about Morgan while we're at it?
Of course.
Morgan's hometown is Asheville, North Carolina. I don't know if she founded Roma, but she's definitely been a leader on Roma Ultimate, a mixed club level team here in Atlanta that is really trying to make strides this season, having picked up a few players. Let's see.
I definitely know. I'm pretty sure she was there their first year, but I want to say it was probably her and Corey, if you remember Corey from a few seasons ago.
Of course, Corey Bradham. Morgan and I are both women's World Cup fans, having been to like several women's World Cups together.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Not together. Sorry, we didn't go together. We've been to similar ones. Let's see what happens. This point. We need this block. And a big
hug
up from Tyler.
Wow.
And
Julia.
who else but Julia Harris reeling that in.
I mean, she really hasn't scored quite as much as she has in the past, but I'm pretty sure she was a leading goal scorer before this game.
She was DC's leading goal scorer before this game. Yep. Loving seeing these Seoul fans here.
All right. Score is 21-16 now.
Well, yeah, DC is really pulling away with this. At the beginning of this quarter, the score was 15-16. So, yep. Atlanta scored 1 point this quarter so far to DC's 5. This is rough. However, we're not giving up. 3 minutes and 37 seconds left. Break Mark is someone we want to shout out right now. This live broadcast of the Premier Ultimate League is brought to you by Breakmark Ultimate Apparel. Go to breakmark.com to place your next custom team order or check out the PUL and Seoul shops.
Nice. All right, looks like Wong's going to set up for her pull. And the pull is up. I love the hustle that DC has on every single pull.
Yeah.
It's up. A big forehand hook.
Oh my goodness.
Very close.
Huge layout bid
There seemed like a lot of contact.
from Wong.
It did seem like a lot of contact, but I do like that no call because it was really hard to tell who initiated that contact.
And it was after the disc was hit.
Yes. So I do like the no call. Again, part of the spirit of the game. All right. Nice dig by Amanda Murphy. The way that these DC players are using their body is incredible.
And a drop. Atlanta Seoul with a chance.
I have not seen Gentilette drop more than one a game.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've scouted her for years, and this might be the most I've seen in all, 42 games?
There is an injury call before the throw.
It looked like a timeout call. Because I definitely saw Sam Jones waving her arms.
And Charlie Hawkins is also calling injury and leaving the field. I'm not sure. I hope she's okay. Looks like the throw will go back to.
Okay, so I think they're retracting the timeout and just
I don't think a
doing this
timeout
up.
was called. It was an injury. Yeah.
Okay, it was just an injury.
Yep.
I just saw Sam Jones waving her arms. Oh, so close. Couldn't quite reel it in.
And that's under amazing defensive pressure again
For
from
sure.
Jackie Wong.
Great around. Seoul's putting a lot of pressure trying to get this D back.
And there's 1 minute and 44 seconds left on the clock. And there is a pick call. Clock
So-
will stop.
Yes, at any call at this point, the clock does stop until the next legal throw.
You know, Jenny, we're hoping to interview the MVP after this game. In my mind right now, it's a toss-up between Jess O and Jackie Wong on DC. They've each had incredible defensive plays. I would go with O at this point.
That's fair. Yeah, I think you're right. With that hand block near the end zone, that really does change
And
the
then 2
pattern of
run
the
through
game.
Ds. And there was a pick called.
And I love giving MVP to the defense. That's
Right?
Think, when does that ever happen in
Not enough, anyways. Not
like
enough.
in other sports?
Yeah.
Not enough. It's always who scored the most.
True.
I love that we're looking at the defense.
I mean, Asia Wilson, 4-time MVP of the WNBA, you know, clearly an incredible offensive player, but no slouch when it comes to defense either.
Yes.
And there's another call, 1 minute and 7 seconds left on the clock. Looks like it'll stop at 1:06.
Dana Badeau was very firm on that call. I was like, this is what happened, and they said, okay, and walked it right back. I love that.
Again, DC taking their time. You know, time is on their side, obviously. Up by 5 with 1 minute left to go.
All right, again, only 50 seconds on the clock at this point. And DC is taking their time. It looks like they might be trying to run that clock out. Seoul's got to dig deep if they want another possession here.
Certainly
Great swings.
forcing, you know, these throws. DC not taking any chances downfield, just looking to their reset handler all day long. 22 seconds.
Again, point diff matters, so let's hopefully Atlanta Seoul finds a way to lock in. A travel has been called by Charlotte.
10 seconds left. And right now the score is 21-16. DC up by 5.
As for
If they score this point, this will be the biggest win they've had this season yet. Beating Austin by 5 and DC and Raleigh by 4 each.
all right, again,
Looks
Atlanta
like
Seoul.
some, yeah.
Atlanta Seoul's just got to find a way to get this D right here. So they're locking in. I see a lot of defensive positioning. I love that. Knees bent, ready to go.
Defense!
5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's either a D or a score.
Or turnover.
Yes, yes. The disc either drops or scores. Seoul's got to fight it in them. Try to make sure they don't get in that end zone.
Really looking for the reset.
It's
And
up.
just putting it up, Korpinen
Let's
into
see
the
what
end
happens.
zone.
Oh.
And the DC player coming down with it. 73 Kikuchi. And that's the game.
Yep.
22-16 DC shadow over Atlanta Seoul.
It was a great game.
A very, very good game. I will say that fourth quarter, DC ran away with it. Atlanta Seoul scoring 1 to DC's 7 in that last quarter.
Wow. That last quarter was a tough one for Atlanta Seoul.
It was. And looks like the teams are high-fiving. Whew, Jenny, that was intense.
Yes, it was. I enjoyed every second of it, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I was hoping for a closer game. That fourth quarter really made all the difference. I'm curious about the takeaways that the Seoul coaches are going to have from this game.
I think there are going to be a lot. They're going to really focus on that fourth quarter to see where that breakdown happened. At what point, what time. Oh,
So we have an MVP to announce for this game. It's Jess O, number 21 on DC Shadow. at least 3 blocks. The stats will tell us how many more they might have had. But Jess had a great game. Would love to go and try and interview her now if we can. All right, fans, we are live on the field. Again, Maddie Fry, she, her pronouns here with Atlanta Soul. Jesso, you are the MVP of this game. You had an incredible game. You had a hand block. You had at least 2 other Ds. I think maybe more, actually. We'll see when the stats come out. And you contributed so much on offenses, too. How do you feel?
I feel good. The win feels good on the road.
So while we were walking over here, Jess said, I hate playing defense. And I was like, that's a surprise to me. You're a D player.
I'm not, but I'm working on it.
She's working on it.
Gotta grind.
You had a great game. What were your goals going into this game?
Defense. Gotta work on it. Gotta get blocked so I can play O.
Tell us what went through your mind when you got that hand block.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Let's just end the game.
Right.
I'm sorry.
And then how about those run through Ds?
Just want to bring it. I just want to bring the fire for the team and get the energy up.
Awesome. Were your teammates pretty pumped?
Yes. I want to get them pumped.
Awesome. And then what are your thoughts on the rest of the season?
I just hope we can bring this energy for the rest of the season and hopefully win the chip.
Awesome. Well, best of luck. You played amazing. MVP.
Thank you. Feels good.
With an injury, too.
I know.
Amazing.
I didn't even know I was going to play this season. I got surgery on my elbow, and I've just been playing one-handed.
Keep it up.
Let's do it.
I know Soul hopes to see Shadow at championship weekend, hopefully for a rematch.
I would love to see them. I like the vibes. Love the players.
That's what we're going for.
Nice.
All right. Well, thanks and good luck. Hopefully see you in Raleigh.
See you in Raleigh.
Have a good ride back. Watch your knees, everybody. No torn ACLs. Thanks, Jess.
Thank you.